So we want to continue our conversation now on bullying, in particular slut shaming. And if you parents don't know what it is, it's your girls being bullied over their perceived sexual behavior. Bullied in such a cruel way that they take their own life. Now, this topic is extremely important to all of us here on Raising America, and now our coverage is featured in a new documentary titled The Unslut Project.
The suicide of a teenage girl.
She was assaulted by her classmates. Pictures were taken and then spread on the internet.
She was allegedly gang raped by 4 of her classmates.
A 15-year-old student who killed herself after enduring months of verbal assaults and threats from her classmates.
She took her own life.
She killed herself last week. Well, Emily Linden started the Unslut Project. She is joining us live from San Francisco. And let's talk about why you took this project on, Emily. I understand you were slut-shamed, and that's really what fired you up.
Yes. In April, I heard about Retaya Parsons' suicide after she had been gang raped, allegedly, by her classmates. And it really struck a chord with me because I realized I was the school slut in middle school, starting from about age 11. That was my label. That's what I lived with. I was bullied because of it and reacted accordingly. And it really struck a chord with me. I thought that could have been me. And I've got to reach out to girls who are currently suffering before something like this happens again. So I decided to start the Unslut Project, first by blogging my diary entries from that time, so I could maybe give some perspective to adults who forget exactly what it's like to be an 11-year-old feeling trapped in that particular way. And hopefully to reach other girls who, like I said, are suffering now, who need to know that they can get through this and that life can get better and that it's not worth it to end their own lives.
So 11 years old. I mean, that's mind-blowing to me. That's so young. How did that even start, and how did you survive it?
Well, I developed really a lot more quickly. I went through puberty at about age 10. So a lot of my classmates were already targeting me in a sexual way. And then when I was about 11, I had an isolated sexual encounter with my then boyfriend, who spread rumors around school with all his friends that I was a slut, even though he had been involved in the encounter as well. And from there, I lost all my friends. I felt really isolated, like I couldn't confide in my parents or any other adults in my life, as many of these girls do. And I survived it in the end because of my supportive family, who got me involved in extracurriculars that helped me pursue what I was really good at and what made me feel good about myself. And I dove into my academics. All through high school, I studied really hard. I ended up going to an Ivy League college and realizing that I could define who I was, not the bullies.
So, Emily, I need to ask you, because you're talking to a table of women and a lot of people out there who have daughters, preteen daughters, who are wondering, how do we talk to our daughters and make them proud and respectful of their bodies without giving them the green light to be sexually active?
Well, this is something that isn't often talked about. When we talk about high school and preteen bullying, we think of it as just their problem, as something that they need to stop doing. How can we as adults get them to stop it? When really, I think the place to start is in ourselves, to examine our own biases and judgments that we make toward women, because our kids see that. And they pick up on it, and then they use it in their own interactions with each other. So if they overhear us shaming a woman for the way she's dressed, or implying that somehow a girl's value is determined by whether or not she's sexually active, they'll regurgitate that. They use that in their bullying because they absorb it, because they admire us. So I think the place to start is with ourselves, and to examine the way that we interact with each other, what our children pick up on, and set good examples for them so that they can respect women. And that goes for our daughters and our sons.
Yeah, absolutely.
We salute you. And I know a lot of men are weighing in as well on her project, saying, way to go, Emily.
Way to go, Emily.
Yes, indeed. You can follow Emily's progress and read her diary entries online. You can find links to her project on hlntv.com/raisingamerica.